Picture this. The grandeur of the Louvre Museum with its ancient walls whispering tales of history is suddenly illuminated by the flickering light of the Olympic torch. But it's not just any torchbearer carrying this symbol of unity and hope. It's BTS's Jin, the god of beauty and vocal king who steps forward with grace and purpose. On France's most cherished national holiday, Bastille Day, Jin made history as the first foreigner to carry the torch through the Louvre's iconic halls. His presence was so powerful, so magnetic, that it seemed as though the very stones of the museum bowed to his stride. For a moment, it felt as if time itself paused to acknowledge the global phenomenon that Jin has become. But if you thought that was the pinnacle of his influence, think again. Just when the world was catching its breath from his Olympic triumph, another monumental announcement was made. Gucci, the epitome of luxury and elegance, revealed that Jin would be their new global brand ambassador. Yes, the Jin we know and love, with his enchanting smile and effortless style, is now the face of one of the most prestigious fashion houses in the world. The news came through WWD, the Bible of fashion, in an article that reverberated through the fashion industry like a thunderclap. Gucci's creative director, Sabato De Sarno, couldn't contain his admiration for Jin. He spoke of Jin's warm, inviting personality, describing it as truly charming, and highlighted how Jin's unique style perfectly aligns with Gucci's vision. De Sarno's words weren't just praise, they were a heartfelt recognition of Jin's ability to transcend the boundaries of music and fashion, to become a symbol of modern elegance and cultural fusion. And how fitting that Jin, who has graced countless events in Gucci's finest, now officially represents the brand. But Jin didn't just take this role lightly. He embraced it with the same passion and dedication that we've seen in his music. He expressed his joy in becoming part of a brand that seamlessly blends tradition with modernity, calling it an honor to join Gucci's illustrious legacy. Jin's journey with Gucci is just one chapter in his story of global domination. After completing his mandatory military service, a time that many feared would dim his star, Jin returned not just as a member of BTS, but as a powerhouse in his own right. He became the first global ambassador for Fred, the luxury jewelry brand, adding yet another feather to his already overflowing cap. His collaboration with Otogi's Jin Ramen and the limited edition release with Colon, featuring his beloved Wu Tao character, further cemented his status as a cultural icon. Jin isn't just a musician, he's a trendsetter, a tastemaker, someone who shapes the world around him. In a recent Weverse Q&A, Jin hinted at even more to come. Though he remained tight-lipped about specifics, he shared that he's been busy filming and recording for a new variety show. The mere mention of new content sent waves of excitement through his fan base, who eagerly await every glimpse into Jin's creative world. And with an album expected later this year, it's clear that Jin's story is far from over. But beyond the accolades, beyond the brand deals and the media frenzy, there's something deeply emotional about Jin's journey. His return from the military wasn't just a comeback, it was a triumphant homecoming. In July, he didn't just top brand reputation rankings, he dominated them, holding the #1 spot for both male and female idols for 2 consecutive months. This wasn't just a reflection of his popularity, it was a testament to the deep connection he shares with his fans, a connection built on years of music, laughter, and unspoken understanding. Jin's story is one of resilience, of a star that refuses to fade, no matter the challenges. It's a story of a man who carries not just the Olympic torch, but the hopes and dreams of millions around the world. As he steps into this new role with Gucci, one thing is clear. Jin isn't just a global icon, he's a living legend whose journey we're all privileged to witness. So, what do you feel about Jin's incredible journey and his new role with Gucci? Let's celebrate this milestone together. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on the extraordinary life of BTS's Jin.